Alright, I'm going to show what we have so far here and talk a little bit about it. So this is the beginning level of the mod. We have our guy here. He's kind of our father, for lack of better terms. Essentially what this machine does is clone in 12 seconds. So you can tell in this world the value of human life is not that good, especially since you can replace someone in 12 seconds. We have our first little text box here. These in most cases are optional. I didn't want to force the player to have to read a bunch of text if they just wanted to speed run the game or if they just wanted to get into the gameplay. We have a portal here. This is an enter portal, and the green ones are. They allow the player to traverse this facility. So we're about to breach the entrance. We have these soldiers who are on our side. And these clones that are not, along with some machines. And once we got these guys taken care of, we can go over here. As you can see, these doors, I didn't put handlebars on the doors because I wanted to indicate to the player that these are doors that are operated elsewhere. As you can see right here, this is the switch that operates them. So I'm going to try to do this. The code is not in, so I need to find it. In this case, you can use these text boxes, and the commanders will send you your code. Now, originally what I was going to do here was have you press the button, the key code 3 to 4 times to indicate you were actually pressing it, but I found that kind of tedious, so it just goes by 1 now. The AI here for the crowbars on the citizens are not that good, so instead of having a guy stand here trying to whack you with a crowbar, I figured he'd just die from electrical shock. We are supposed to use this terminal to access more parts of the facility. As you can see, it didn't go too well, but it opened a door over here. Got this guy here with a shotgun, take care of him. And we get a shotgun. And since this is the first level, it seems kind of strange that we have the majority of our arsenal right now, but I did that because you eventually are going to lose your weapons. See these guys right here. In some parts of this game, you can find optional little features here. Normally, you could just open this door, and there'll be some guys here you gotta take care of. And a turret, which I can get rid of. Now if I open this door, it lets my allies come with me, but at the cost of this. They send in reinforcements. It's just kind of just a little indicator to the player that this is how teleportation works in this universe, that the exit portals are blue and the enter ones are green. There's about 5 guys that come out of here, and then I didn't want to get rid of the rag dolls because I felt that it had impact, and that kind of gets into later why I didn't just use Combine NPCs here, because I wanted you to see that you weren't just killing mindless drones, you were killing clones that do have thoughts. I'm probably going to change the models later on, because I think it adds more impact if it's not just all clones, exact replicas, which was a debate among development a lot of the time. Oop. I got those guys. Now this point right here is very important, though it may not seem that way. We have a guy here without guns, and if we select him, he will cower in fear. And this guy will drop his gun. Because I didn't want the players to think these are just, again, mindless clones. They're not. They are, and they're not controlled by anything either. They're just thrown in here and expected to fight and die for their commander, which not all of them are exactly willing to do, as we'll see here in a minute. Now here is the third level. And it's gonna make sure. Yep. Gotta make sure I don't. And some of these guys actually try to help you. They don't want to be a part of this exercise in futility. And we just lost connection to the commanders, so we're on our own now. As you can see, he's fighting the other ones because, again, he doesn't want to be a part of this. He just wants to live. And he thinks that siding with you and siding with the people that actually made him is a better bet than siding with an artificial intelligence that does not want to be replaced. Which was another big issue when I'm working on this mod, was exactly what are we, who are we fighting, and why. I decided ultimately on a thought experiment. Thought experiment was, what would a computer, an artificial intelligence, a very smart one at that, do when it realizes it's about to be thrown out? Which is where the name of the mod comes from. I was originally thinking the mod name should be End of Life, but that was taken. End of Support, of course, referring to the software cycle when a program becomes obsolete. The best example of this would be the recent Windows 10 discontinuation. And a funny fact, I was originally going to have the central computer just be a really old computer, one of the old model computers that are in the base game, and you were going to essentially throw it down a hill and get rid of it. And these doors, this one's supposed to open. I have to fix that. There's some guys waiting here. Alright, open this. Here's more of our guys. They don't really follow us because they don't have any orders to. As you can see, this facility wasn't exactly completely constructed at this time, which in the so-called sequel you'll see is a very different story. I don't want to call it a sequel because it's really not. It's just a story in the same location. Oh. And what we have here is... Oh, I forgot about those guys. It's proof that these are not mindless killing machines. They see that this guy dropped his weapon, and I'm probably going to have some kind of sequence where they arrest him or detain him, and they don't kill the guy. It's going to say, tell you to surrender and you'll be spared, your life will be spared, which is true, but you don't want to be labeled a traitor by the people that made you, so you're going to ignore that advice and continue on your merry way. So that's all I have to show for now, and hopefully I'll have this thing out. And not the whole mod, probably just an episode, or I'm going to probably do it episodic, because I want to create content, but I don't want to make the player base wait, because they've been waiting for, I don't know, 10 years now I've been working on this. That's because I was dissatisfied with the many twists and turns development took. But I hopefully everybody enjoyed listening to this, if people are indeed listening to this. And I'll probably make some more updates soon. Thanks.